Hi everyone, welcome back to our lesson 1. In this lesson, I will teach you how to use the React library to build our blog layout. First, we will going to build our headings of our website. In the headings, there are two options, is a login and logout page. However, in the main page, we will create our article card to display the article and display the image itself. To do that, we go to command line and we type a command which is create a React applications. We enter npx create React app and enter our project name which is my React blog. After the command is executed, we will start doing our website. Okay, when you see this page, which means our create app is created. And the next step, we are going to use our third-party library. This is a third-party library called reactstrap, which is a bootstrap component we used in React.js. And the first step we need to do is to install the bootstrap library and the reactstrap library directly in our projects. Enter cd my React blog to enter our project directory. Then we are going to start install our package. We use this package called reactstrap, which is a bootstrap library for React.js. So for these instructions, we are going to first install bootstrap library and then install bootstrap and update our React DOM. So to do that, we first enter npm install /save bootstrap to install our bootstrap library in our project. After we have installed our bootstrap library, we will going to install our reactstrap libraries. Then we enter npm install /save reactstrap, and we also want to update our React and React DOM together, so we input these two together. After we have installed all the package we required, then we go to IDE to start our coding. So we start our coding now, and you can see there is some folder will be created for us, including there is a package.json, public folder, and src folder. When you click on the package.json folder, you can see our reactstrap libraries and bootstrap library has already installed in our systems. And the next step we are going to do is to construct our directory, make it more structured. And to do that, we first create a folder called component. This component folder will use to store all the components we will use later. And we also need to create a new directory called layout. We will put the homepage layout inside the layout, so we create a new directory inside the layout called homepage. In the homepage, we have three things. The first thing is heading. The second thing is main. And the last thing is footer. In these three directories, we will create a JS file and the CSS file for him. So we're first going to create a JavaScript file called heading.js. We also create the CSS file for him. So in this way, we cannot just using heading.css because we're going to use the CSS modules. For more information about CSS modules, please visit the link below. So in this step, we're going to enter heading.modules.css to create a CSS modules. And so on. In the main folder, we will create the main.js and the main.module.css. It's a footer as well. So we back to the component folder. We will first create our first component, which is article card. The article card will be displayed in our website, which is used to display every article in our React app. Just like this. In the article card, we will display the features image, the title, and the tag for these articles. So, we first create our article card folder, and then we create the JavaScript for him. We create the article card.js and article card.module.css. Then we'll start editing our article card main and heading now. We first edit article card now, and we first import the React library from the React package, and then we import some package from the reactstrap package. We're going to import some components. We will import card image, card title, card subtitle, card body, and branch. Those components we will use it to create our card component. And then, of course, we can import our CSS. To do that, we enter import classes from. In the same directory, you can see the article card.module.css. Remember, we need to rename our CSS file into modules.css. Otherwise, we cannot execute our CSS code in this component. And then we're going to create the stateless component. We enter article card, which is import the props. In here, we have return functions. We create our card component. In the card, we have card image, and then we have card body, and we have card title and card subtitle as well. In the card subtitle, we will display the article tag, so we also import the branch here. And then we are going to export our article card. Okay, the next step, we will import the CSS. After we have imported the CSS, we will start editing our CSS file. So we go to our CSS file. Okay, here we can enter classes.article card. In the CSS file here, we can add article card, and then we enter the width, which is equal to 325, and display. We can set the inline block, which is important, and the margin, which is 15 pixel, and the article card image, in here, we can add some attributes in here. For more information about attribute for the card image, you can go to the reactstrap website. So we enter top width is equal to 100%, and the source we first leave it blank, and the alternate we enter card image. Last but not least is a class name classes.class image. On the right side, we can add the classes called card image. Card image, we set the maximum height of 180. And then go to the card body, we create classes with card body for the card body component. In the card body, we add some paddings to the card bodies. And the card title, we can also add the card title, and we can insert the CSS code. We set the font size equal to 16 and set the height of 45 and the text overflow into ellipses. And then go to our subtitle. We also add some subtitle classes. For the subtitle, we add the class subtitles, and we can add the font size, which is much smaller, and the color we chose 7B 5XE. Okay, then we're going to change our branch CSS. We add article label. Okay, so in the CSS, we add some paddings for it, which is 5, 10, 5, 10, and add the font size into 14. Okay, that's it. Then we're going to display our article card. To display our article card, we go to main.js, and we first add some code in here. We first import our React, and we're going to make this main into a component, and with a stateful component. So we also include the component from React library. And then we also import the container object from reactstrap. We also import the article card what we have created. Then in this component, we need to create a classes for him. So we create a class called main and extend the component. In here, we should create our constructor with a state, and also we have the render method. In here, what we are going to render is the article card, so we can enter our article card to render. Okay, then we're going to display our website. Before that, we need to edit our apps.js. This is the original content from the React create app application command. So we first delete those code, and then we are going to edit for this page. Okay, we extend here and delete this one and import the main from the layout homepage main.js, and we will import the main here. Okay, so So, oops, we have forgot to export the main component. So, okay, that should be fine. Okay, then we are going to display our website. To do that, we go to the command, we enter npm run start. And we are going to see our, you can see our website. It seems very empty because there is no text and no image in the card image field. So we're going to use some placeholder to replace the card image before we do the next step. Okay, we go here and start editing our temporary title and the topics and some placeholder. So you can use any placeholder you want, and I will use this placeholder, https pasteimage.com, and we can enter the width and the height of the image. So after we have entered those fields, we go back for a preview. So you can see our card in here. There's also title and topic and image. So later on we will create our headings. We go to the headings.js. We first import a React, and we want to make this component is a stateful component. So we enter component from React. And we also import some of the library and some component from reactstrap. So what we're going to create is we will import the nav bar, the nav band, the nav self, the nav item, nav link, and then we will enter control drop down. And control drop down toggle, drop down item, and drop down menu. Last but not least, we also import collapse. Okay, so later on we will know what's this frame we will use to build our headings. So the next step, we're going to make the classes heading extend component. Okay, we'll build a constructor, have a state which is opened equal to false. The is opened attribute is used to control whether our headings is going to extend in the mobile view. So what is this? Okay, go back to the reactstrap website. We search nav. Okay, so this is example of how nav will be displayed in the applications. We use an nav toggle to set the drop down here into droppable. Okay, so we go back here to the code, and then we create the random method first. Okay, so we create a toggle method. The toggle method is used to toggle our drop down. So we have this set state is equal to is open, which is not this dot state is open. And then we go to random method. We first replace div into nav bar. In nav bar, we set the color to night, and we set the attribute night, and we can set easily expandable. For more information about those attributes, you can go to reactstrap website. And also we can add nav bar brand half is equal to nothing with first, and we can add our blog name. So I call it my blog. Then we have nav bar toggle. So this toggle we were going to use into a mobile view. So be careful of this toggle. We can only see this toggle, the things in the toggle in the mobile view. So we can also need to import those toggle in here. Okay. So we can continue editing our toggle. In this toggle, we can have the onClick method, which is equal to this dot toggle without curly braces. Okay, and then we have a collapse, which is open is equal to this dot state is open, and we mentioned this is in nav bar. In here, we can have the nav item in here. We can nav cost name with the rauto nav bar. If you do not know what's the meaning of mrauto, please visit for the bootstrap and the reactstrap website for yourself. And we also add the nav items. So those items we were going to display in a mobile view because we are inside in collapse. Okay, we have the int length, which we can have a half. We will later on we use this half to do the routers. We set nothing for this route, and we set the attribute called new articles. After that, we can add some uncontrollable dropdown. In here, we can have the trial. We can add dropdown toggle, which is in nav and cutting, which is options. Okay, we also can add the drop-down menu, which is used to let us to log out and log in. So we have drop-down item. We have two drop-down items, so we can just copy it. In the first drop-down, we're going to enter login. The second item, we're going to enter log out. Okay, so remember to export your code. And also here, the drop-down menu, we can have an attribute called right, which means the drop-down menu will be displayed on the right of your screen. Okay, we back to the app.js. We can import our heading in our source folder. Okay, we put the heading on top of the main and make it without any content. And let's see what's it. Oops, you can see that is very ugly for our website. Why? Because we haven't imported the CSS from Bootstrap in our website. To do that, we go to our code. We enter the index.js. In the index.js, we can import our Bootstrap CSS here. We can enter bootstrap CSS, and the bootstrap. Main dot. After we are saved and go back to our website, you can see our CSS in the back here. You can see our card, you can see our headings, and you can see our drop-down menu here. And in the next lesson, I will teach you how to know our data and create our article card. Depends on how many data we have received. Clipversity is a self-learning platform with knowledge-based recommendation systems, providing a personalized learning experience for the self-learner and the school students. People could share their knowledge and exchange for the rewards. We are doing the next generation learning tools for the next generation of learners.